Sorry to disappoint some of you people out there who told me to keep my London ways in London and not visit the countryside. Well, I'm back. No one tells me what to do, especially people I can't see out there on the internet. Apparently my Southwest Coast Path videos rub a few people up the wrong way. I will continue to tell it as it is. Yeah? Don't like it, don't watch. Where am I? Well, I'm in the land of freedom, one of the last places you can find it in Britain now, I suppose. I'm in Scotland on the East Highland Way, all the way to Aviemore from Fort William. So follow along if you want.
Disclaimer. This is a Snowy Matrix thru-walker production. There will not be any outdoor-related product placements in this video, nor will he be advertising a VPN service. There will also not be any pretending there's something outside the tent, and he will not run away like a pussy when he hears some teenagers larking about in the woods. This is Britain, not America. The nutters are still confined to urban areas for now, although there is one backpacking around Scotland whose video you are now watching. Enjoy.
Good morning from the trail. Oh, I love Scotland, look at this. Last night, just before the sun went down, the forester came up and down this route, didn't bat an eyelid at me. Right under where I was camped last night seemed to be some kind of entrance. Mark Aditya. Well, no thank you. Look at it, it's cut into the side of the rocks here. What is it? Some kind of underground bunker, maybe. It's not that secret now, is it? Or is this a real, that can't be a railway tunnel, it's too small. It might only be September the 14th, but there's an Arctic blast that's come down and made Scotland very cold and rainy. Testing conditions, but you know me, I brought my top kit. That means Terra Nova polar light winter tent and my Crux sleeping bag. Easily handle these conditions. I'm as warm as a bug in my sleeping bag and tent every night so far. It's hit like 2 degrees one night. No problem. As you can see, I've done the dirty on my Sallies, the 4D GTX. I've got a younger, sexier model. These are the Elixirs. I've got to say, it's like walking on air. They have picked up exactly where the 4DX have dropped off. They weigh a little bit less than the Sallies. They're not as heavy duty, but I thought on this trail they would be fantastic because there's a lot of forest tracks to walk, and like I said, it's like walking on air. Fantastic. I've managed to bag them because these are last year's models They retail about like 200 quid. I got them up for 120 from the Salomon website, so I'm ecstatic about that. Let's see. I don't think I'll get over 1,000 miles with them like my Sallies. They're still going strong, by the way. My first pair. My second pair, the Southwest Coast Path, finished them off, but they done well over 1,000 miles. By the way, I christen you Susie, my Susies. The East Highland Way is a lonely 82 miles, 132 kilometres, unwaymarked route devised by Kevin Langan. The route mostly follows gentle forest tracks. With unlimited amounts of wild camping opportunities. Out there's nothing for the next 10 miles, just moorlands for me. Fantastic. This is what I've been waiting for. There's also fording streams. Looks like this I was going to say Sally's there. The Susies are going to get a testing now. So that's the Boffy, Dally something. Let's have a look at a new piece of kit. This is the Sunslice solar panel, the latest technology. So I've given my anchor a little bit of a rest since this only weighs 120 grams and it's working very well. This is quite expensive and there wasn't any review anywhere apart from one on the ultralight outdoor gear website which I use, but it was from someone I don't trust. I know him from Facebook, so I bought this blind, but it's doing well since today's the first day which hasn't been raining, and that thing up there is out, but it also works in cloudy conditions like all solar panels. But I'm quite impressed with it. A lot of people laugh when they see things attached to my rucksack, yeah? Important things like tent poles and tents, yeah? But I will laugh last. I don't often watch other YouTubers, you know, that do long distance, but I did watch one person. He was on the Great Glen Way and he's about halfway through it, his tent pole or his tent fell off the back of his rucksack and he lost it and he had to like give up, and eventually someone found it and left it somewhere and he retraced his steps and found it again after he got a lift, you know. Anyway, but he gave up because his tent fell out the back. So if you're serious long distance, you keep your most important things attached to your rucksack because anything can happen. This is going to be my home for tonight. Ancient forest by the loch. So, from the trail last night, an almost perfect wild camping location by the loch. The other thing is, it was too quiet. You could hear a pin drop, literally. I don't like that, but it didn't help. I was listening to podcasts on the supernatural and the paranormal scholar on YouTube, but I'm a bit crazy like that. Of course, Snowy is not one of these grifter YouTube channels that pretend there's noises outside the tent, there's someone outside the tent, blah blah blah. They're all fake in the UK. Fake. Rubbish. There's no crazy people out here. All the crazy people are in the cities, not out in the sticks. One or two of you might know that I had a visit a few years ago just outside Loch Ness, camping on the trail. 3 o'clock in the morning, someone was knocking on the tent. I was woken by something banging on my tent. I thought it was an animal, so I got my torch out to scare it away, put it on strobe, and I heard someone say, "Open up." And of course I opened up to be greeted by this man standing there at 3 o'clock in the morning asking me if I was on the West Highland Way, which I said yes, and he said, "Let me shake your hand," and he walked off. On reaching the end of the East Highland Way at Aviemore, I took the bus to Inverness and set off down the Great Glen Way to see my old friend Nessie. The forest was alive last night with the cries, monarchs of the glen, owls, and something was shrieking in the middle of the night. Sounded like a young person screaming, like a controlled scream, 3 screams every 15-20 minutes. Well, I don't know what that was. Probably some kind of bird, maybe a wildcat, I don't know. I doubt it was a puma. Oh, I'm laughing about that, but the Highland Wildlife Park, they had a puma there back in the day that was captured by a farmer, the legend goes. So, yeah, think about that. Many people think it's the wind and the storm that blows that over. Really, it's a troll, Norwegian troll on his holidays. Oh come on, Nessie lives, so why not giant Norwegian trolls? As I put away last night's campsite, I noticed there's been more troll activity last night. I thought I heard something. But I've seen this before years ago. So it is a nice view.
Okay, you can just look back at the memories then.
Yeah, well, I got them on video.
Okay.
Good morning. As you can see, more evidence of troll activity last night here by the campsite. Absolutely insane troll activity around here. Look at it, they've had a field day in here. Here we have the lesser spotted small bolt spotter, aka glamping canal boat enthusiast. Hey, listen, whatever rocks your boat, it's cool. Sadly, due to ongoing forestry works along Loch Lochy, the trail has been rerouted, so I hot-footed it back to Fort William to spend a few days enjoying the wonderful Glen Nevis. You have been watching Snowymatrix thru-walker. Thank you. See you out there and on YouTube. Goodbye.